here with SWIL Nation. We're going to get ready for the March 16th gig at the Eastside Bar and Grill. We hope to see each and every one of you there. We are You Know Nothing!
Here we are, live, SWIL on location at You Know Nothing process rehearsal somewhere located in Hillsboro, Oregon. Now, we are going to learn more about this amazing band playing with us on March 16th at the Eastside Bar and Grill. It is going to be a happening time. Now, let's dive in here. Here we are with You Know Nothing, and we're going to go ahead and start off with, how about the name of the band and the origin of the name, if you will. Where did you guys get the name You Know Nothing?
I think I saw it in some old movie a long time ago. I don't remember the movie, but it was like this guy had just murdered a couple people out of some stupid anger, and he had like his friend with him in like his apartment, and he said something about it, and his friend all of a sudden found out that he did that, and he grabs like this knife, and like a kitchen knife, and he's like, "You know nothing." And like he held it up to like his friends, nice. And like, you know, and so that's where I was just like, yeah, you know nothing, man.
Okay.
But some people are like, oh, that's just like, oh, you know nothing, like a put down or something. But it's actually like some psychotic saying, you know, you say to someone that you don't want to get caught for something.
Gotcha. I like it.
That's weird. So
I don't know if you ever do that.
So on my concept flyers and that I do, I have like the overall eye over top the world, thinking that we know nothing in the scope of the universe.
That's kind of my
and you're talking about
like aliens.
Exactly.
I guess I have my own then.
Yeah, it can conform to different things. You know, that's the cool thing about it.
You know, that's what I like about music. Everyone walks away with their own impression. But I wanted to hear from the bands. This was about. It's about You Know Nothing. Of music would you consider your band? Who would you consider your major influences for your band?
It's got a 90s vibe, hard rock, 90s metal, kind of a little bit, I'd say.
Mixed with a little punk,
a little bit
mixed
of punk.
with rock.
Yeah. Little grungy, kind of heavy grunge, too, you know. So that realm.
Okay. Any specific influences? I mean...
Man,
there's so many, man. Gosh, a lot of the Seattle scene, you know, in the 90s, you know, there's just a ton. There's a ton of that, you know. There's so much good music. I mean, back to even blues stuff, you know. Like
I've been playing for 30 years myself, so I've got so many influences. It's kind of hard to count now, you know. So by the time you get into it, it's like every band you hear is an influence, certain, you know, here or there. Even if it's just a local rock band in the bar, to me. You know, some of those guys just shred, so you hear them and it's just like, wow, they kind of invigorate you a little bit to do better yourself. So.
For sure. How long has this lineup been together or known each other, if you will? How did you guys meet?
Oh, wow.
This lineup.
Well, shit, we've all known each other kind of. I mean, I've known you, well, you before, since we were like late teenagers.
Yeah.
I was 18 when I played in a band with Mark, so that was like 25 years ago. Seriously, we were in a band that long ago. That was kind of a heavy grunge band.
Yeah, and I knew Phil from way back then through our singer.
I met these guys. I was probably like, I don't know, probably like 15 or 16 years old back in the day, you know.
But this band, the way that we're at now, probably about 4 years.
About 2.5, 3 years.
3 years? Okay, I thought we were, okay.
Yeah. We all, you know, live on the west side out here, and it was, you know, Phil was always bugging me, hey, let's get it going, man. You know, I kind of quit playing bands for like, I don't know, some years, and, you know, it was sad to see the guitar kind of like getting a little dusty, man. I was like, yeah, that's messed up. So we, you know, I found out Mark's number, man. I hadn't talked to him in years, and I just called him out of the blue, and he was open to it. And
well, I think where it kind of started originally was it was Jason's birthday.
Yeah.
And we had a surprise party for him with a couple of his old band members that he had. We were already set up on the back patio, I guess you want to call it, out at this house. And when he comes walking, everybody's like, surprise! And then his wife and that had brought the guitars and that, you know, so everything was kind of already set up for him just to walk in and play. And that's kind of where we started.
That was our first time jamming
together.
together.
That was our first time jamming together. Then a year later is when we kind of started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just going, hey, let's make it a band. That was kind of cool.
Okay, does your band play any covers?
Yeah.
Okay. If yes, explain. If no, you know what. But you do. Okay, so if yes, let's hear about it.
We play a lot of covers, actually. We're kind of like more of a bar band sometimes because we have so many covers that it's like we can do a couple of ours and then we do a cover, then we do a couple more of ours and do a cover. So it's just not so...
The future's going to change that. We're going to get into our writing mode probably after this gig, and we need to get some more of our own originals coming, and that'll be really interesting because we like to vary a little bit of our genre through our set. You know, we're not just like some, you know, death metal band that every song is just, you know.
Yeah,
so
we're just a blues band and everything's all blues. Or
we like to kind of go up and down. So this will be
set.
really interesting. Well, our next couple songs, you know, we're going to take it in a couple different directions on each one we do, maybe.
Yeah, so that's where the genres kind of don't really mix for us all that well.
It's all in the hard rock realm.
Yeah, we play so many different things,
Explain the songwriting process for your band. Is there a theme or topics as a band you are trying to convey?
I think I'll let maybe you guys take part
Yeah.
of it.
And if it's recycling, man, this interview is over.
I guess it's a couple different ways, okay? Because sometimes Phil will come in with the song idea, sometimes Jay will come in with the song idea.
Yeah. And
sometimes we'll just sit here and just try to kind of rough jam and see what happens and come up with something that we normally wouldn't have came up with ourselves, you know, kind of thing. Me being the drummer anyway, it's really hard for me to come to these guys with a guitar lick because it's like, you know, I could play guitar but not all that well. So it's like, here's 3 chords for you guys. You want to hear it? Yeah, no.
How has the music evolved since this core group has started playing together?
Evolved. I'd say that we're getting to be better and better players. You know,
more comfortable, and we're expanding. I think a little bit of our.
We're trying to organize. You know, like we don't have a ton of time. We're all kind of like family dudes too. You know, and we got that other life going on. Yeah. So when we have our valuable time down here, we really we're a little bit more organized than when I was younger. Yeah. Band practice is more like get to it and you know structure it out, and which is good in some rights. You know, so.
What has been the biggest challenge as a band? How have you overcome that challenge? There's no way you haven't had a challenge.
The biggest challenge.
The biggest one, yeah. Pick one. That's awesome. Okay.
I need the mask.
Go ahead. Okay.
I don't know. I guess playing live again. You know, when we first hit it 3 or 4 years ago, getting back on it. Just trying to avoid any kind of train wreck, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I think our set now is pretty solid. Where we don't, now we can kind of work on what we're doing with the crowd, making eye contact and trying to engage. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. And I've seen Phil, get a lot better on the guitar and singing, where he doesn't have to look down at his guitar as much, and so that's a big thing for me is to try to learn what you're playing, just without having to stare at the guitar like I see so many other people do up on stage. It's.
What is the ultimate direction or goal of this band? Do you seek fame and fortune?
No, I really don't myself.
No, we seek fun and fortune.
Fortune is in the fun.
If we have fun, we get
and
paid.
The fans.
If we get paid in the meantime, that's cool. But for me, it's about the music and about having a little bit of fun. So
I think having fun.
I've done the band thing for 30 years, and when I 16 and opening up at the Troubadour in Hollywood, and then Pantera a couple times, and Nuclear Assault, Exodus, Armored Saint, Slayer, Testament, going kind of off. I've been through the gamut, so for me it's about the music, and it always kind of is for me. And the guys, you know what? I mean, we didn't like each other enough. I couldn't deal with it either. To me, it's
you must really like me.
It's about who I can hang out with a lot now too, because I can go into a band that's killer players and everything else, but if I can't hang out with the guys at the end of the day, it's not worth it for me.
Right.
So,
right.
Plus, we like sometimes we get a crowd of our friends coming out to these gigs, and it's a big old party night, and it's just a lot of fun. And,
but you
and
have
that's
a blast
awesome
too,
about it. A big old party, I guess. And it's cool when, you know, you got other raging bands playing with you, and they've got their people, and
Right.
the scene is all right. It's cool.
Cool. What advice do you have for people that want to form their own band?
Do it.
With it.
Do it.
Stick with it.
Yeah.
Don't get pissed off right away and quit just because you're tired of one little thing, you know. Yeah. First and foremost is the music. First and foremost is being yourself, I guess, too.
Make your own stuff up. Nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong.
That's right.
Yeah, because it's music, man. It's not wrong ever.
Yeah, well, this is actually serious because, I mean, you start looking at, there's not a lot of younger folk out there rocking out, it seems like, as it used to be. And it's a little bit concerning to me. So, I mean, spread the word, you know, show them how fun this is. And
which I can say my daughter is a bass player, so I can't, like, he's in a band, so I can't complain too bad at that at 15. Yeah. So, you know, I can't complain on that too much.
I'm
sure I had a lot to do with that.
Some of the gigs we play at, it's all people our age, man, playing, and I'm surprised, and even older dudes are, but it's awesome. They're still killing it, but, you know, like, you know, there was an article I read in some music magazine and talked about the guitar sales have just dropped in the last decade. And that's like a telling factor of something that's concerning, man, I think.
No, electronic music can come in though a lot too, and you know.
I guess hopefully it sways back and forth.
Yeah, it sways back and forth for me because, I mean, if you really kind of think of it, I'm a drummer that's learning how to play bass and guitar just so I can, you know, do something different than just play drums. So, you know. So I think it will all come around in the end where it's like, I guess people just need to pick it up again and go for it. So I hope I influence at least a couple people on that myself, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
If not, you know, sorry, but I'm still having fun.
Sorry.
So.
Sorry.
Sorry about your luck.
Yeah.
I'm still having a lot of fun. So
sure, man. You can keep it around for a long time going, so that's awesome.
Next question. Do you have a rigid set list, or can you adapt to the venue or other bands you might be playing with that night?
I'd say we have a rigid set, and as we write more, that's actually sounds like a really good idea to be able to. If we're playing with some heavier metal acts, then maybe we got some more metal-ish.
Yeah,
we've done it in the past where we've dropped certain songs out because we knew it
because of the venue. Yeah,
it wasn't going to really fit all that well. But we have 2 set lists, and normally they're kind of almost the same except for a couple switch arounds, a couple songs. Other than that, right now we're pretty much the same thing each time, unfortunately. But within a couple months, hopefully that will change with the addition of a couple songs.
Mm-hmm.
So.
This is the last question I have. What are your thoughts on the show coming up on March 16th at the Eastside Bar and Grill with SWIL? Is this show any different than the others you guys do?
Actually, I think it will be a little different.
It's been a couple, 2-3 months, and we know the dudes in SWIL, and I think Crowded Habit's playing. That Jed guy is super nice.
And the Redeemers are playing.
Yeah, Redeemers.
Yep. Yeah, and it's the start of spring. Hopefully, you know, it's turn of the year.
And it is with SWIL, so you know we've been trying to get this going now for a while. So you know, we've got to call it out. You know, so. Our thing is just like every time we try to bring it as good as we can, and
sure,
you know,
I think we're well received. I mean, we get people like just shouting, and it's awesome. That makes it a lot, man. It's a lot of fun like that.
Please state your name and any social media accounts you might like to share to have people connect with you.
My name's Jason. Last name Ulrich. The band. We have actually a website, youknownothing.band. Actually, are one of the bands around that actually has a website. We need to get on that more though. We need to keep rolling that one though.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. So where are you from?
I'm born and raised in Portland. Lived every corner of the city, it seems like. So.
Have you ever lived anywhere else?
I have not.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Where did you go to at high school?
Went to actually on the west side near Beaverton. Didn't graduate. But there you go.
Okay.
But later on in life, I picked up the school, man, and I was an older dude I went to college and did that bit.
Okay. Good.
Finally.
When did you start playing music?
Started playing when I was 14, and I took lessons for about 2 years. I took music theory in school, classically trained. Yeah, and I've loved it ever since. It was one of the good things that I was good at when I was young, and I just latched onto it because it came a little bit natural to me. I mean, and it's still a mystery. Like, there's so much you can do on the instrument, and it's never ending, I guess. So it's challenging. You know, even when I think I'm pretty good, man, you go see someone else out there, and you're like, oh my God, that's amazing. So, yeah, it's a never-ending puzzle.
What is your role in the band?
Lead guitar. I do some singing. Probably about 30% I sing, and then I'll do backups too.
What are your personal music influences?
Probably when I first started, it was all the metal scene back then, and not the glam part of it, but just the old players. You know, I mean, there's a wide range. You know, the Shredders back in the day. You know, actually, George Lynch, Yngwie, that kind of stuff. Joe Satriani. Used to love listening to all those guys tear up the guitar. Not saying I can play anything like that, but I was into it.
Right.
And then it evolved. You know, I got into punk rock when I got a little bit older, and then I got into metal back again, and I'm, you know, just the hard rock, heavy metal realm. Yeah.
That might be leading to my next. What got you into playing or singing music?
Drinking beer for the first time when I was a kid, hanging out with the other the folks, and you know, just the rock and roll was hand in hand with kind of having a good time, and so that's exactly what happened to me, and just that lifestyle and the look and the fun of music like that is awesome.
Right. Now you play. I heard you say you play guitar, and I know that. Tell us about your instrument. Maybe you have brand loyalty or what you like in the guitar. If you could talk about that. And do you play any other instruments?
Okay. Last 10, 15 years, I've been back into the Fender, specifically the Strat. I think that's a very versatile instrument, and I like to play like blues and jazz and sometimes rock and heavy metal. And the guitar I currently have, it seems like I can kind of do all of that, and that's why I love that so much. Back earlier, I used to be more into the pointy guitars, you know, Jackson, Ibanez, and that kind of stuff. And currently, I'm exploring like the Les Paul style, which is what seems like a lot of people choose. And anyways,
how are you getting ready for the show on March 16th at the Eastside Bar and Grill?
I'm getting ready because I'm going to Hawaii for a week before that, so I'm gonna recharge the batteries. Actually, yeah. So
He's gonna get a tan. That's how, folks.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, perfect. Anything else you want to say?
I don't know. That's good. Look forward to playing with SWIL and the other bands, Redeemers and Crowded Habit.
Please state your name.
Phil Clark.
Any social media accounts you would like to promote right now?
I'd say youknownothing.band. You Know Nothing on Facebook. Check us out. We got some videos up there, a lot of pictures. Some of the other bands we played with and stuff. Check it out.
Yep. Where are you from?
Hillsboro.
Okay. Where did you go to high school?
I didn't go to high school, actually. I had a child before high school and had to go to work. So I went to the hard knocks of life.
Good. Okay. But you're doing okay now?
Yep.
Good. Okay. When did you start playing music?
I think I got my first guitar. I was about 12 years old. I had to actually save up for it, so it took me like a year to buy the dang thing. I could go in and look at it at the music store, but they wouldn't let me play it, you know, because I didn't own it yet, so they didn't want me to scratch it. And I've been playing kind of ever since then.
Gotcha. What is your role in the band?
I play rhythm guitar and I do sing. I do probably, I guess, about 70% of the singing for You Know Nothing.
What are your personal musical influences?
Gosh, there's a lot. Old Seattle music, all that stuff was out in the 90s was good. I listened to kind of more of the old Metallica stuff, before the newer albums came out, back in the day, like And Justice for All and that kind of stuff. I listened to pretty religiously. Led Zeppelin, a lot of Led Zeppelin I listened to daily. Anything like the grunge stuff, I listened to like Grunt Truck and, Mother Love Bone, Pearl Jam. After Mother Love Bone, the singer passed away. Soundgarden, I'm a big Chris Cornell fan. Yeah.
What got you into playing music or singing music or both?
Well, I the singing part kind of just I was pushed into. I always played guitar. I was in other bands and I played rhythm guitar. The singing was kind of out of necessity. I got put into the singing mode, so a little bit of a change in learning. You have to be up in the front more, getting used to that. But it's going pretty good. Yeah, I like it.
You play guitar, so tell us about your instrument. Do you have any brand loyalty, or do you play any other instruments?
I'm fond of the Les Paul, Gibson Les Pauls. I don't have one because I can't afford it. I got a guitar that a buddy, good friend of mine, Todd Johnson, gave me, Mossy Rock Guitars. He gave me a guitar. It's a Hagstrom, it's a Schecter that I have. It looks like a Les Paul. Plays really good. We got some extra better pickups in there. But yeah, free guitar is always good.
How are you getting ready for the big show March 16th at the Eastside Bar and Grill with SWIL, Redeemers, and Crowded Habit?
I'm doing jumping jacks while drinking beer because I hear those SWIL guys know how to swill it up. So I got to get my liver in shape and get ready for the show. And I hope all you guys are out there practicing too.
Yes. Any closing thoughts?
Oh, I had something, but I can't remember. I had something. Can't remember what it was. You Know Nothing.
Please state your name.
Mark Callhammer, drummer for You Know Nothing.
Any social media accounts you would like to promote or have people connect with you? Go ahead.
To connect with me personally, no. I don't really do the Facebook thing too often. We got the You Know Nothing band and the You Know Nothing Facebook account that we go through most of the time. So I moderate that every once in a while. And then I'm the moderator of the website. So,
where are you from?
I'm from actually Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. So.
Okay. Where was that? Can you say it a little slower?
Farmer. So,
where were you from again?
Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Fond du Lac.
Which means foot of the lake. Lake Winnebago.
Gotcha. Okay. So you get the extra question. If you're not from Portland, how did you end up in Portland?
Hey, well, moved to California when I was 16. Followed my mom. She was in San Francisco, so I got there when I was 16. After playing drums for about 3 years already, so first thing I did is I got into a band in California. Played all over the place. So my first club was like Troubadour at 16 or so. So after playing all over the place and that, we ended up getting married, and my wife got transferred to a job that was like 3 miles from where my mom moved, which was Portland. So that's why I'm here.
Gotcha.
So
that makes sense. Where did you go to high school?
Well, I went through 3 different high schools: Oakfield, Los Amigos, and Lake.
And these are
all 2 California, 1 Wisconsin.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Where did you finally California graduate?
Yeah, I graduated in California in 1989.
Gotcha.
I went to college for a couple years. I'm a certified architect. I can design anything under 4,000 square feet. So.
Gotcha. Where'd you go to school?
Irvine, and then basically up here, Rock Creek.
Gotcha.
Campuses, and then a little bit of U of O down there. So.
Okay. Let's see. When did you start playing music? Did I already ask that?
Oh, no. Probably 12, 13.
Okay.
So that was when I got my first drum set.
Gotcha.
Started smashing the crap out of it. And, yeah, ever since, it's just been a daily addiction, I guess, is what you could call it, for me at least. So I try to play almost pretty much, every day. So.
What is your role in the band?
I'm the drummer.
Okay.
I smash things.
Okay.
So.
What is your personal musical influences?
Oh, personal. Okay. There's a ton. I started in the a thrash band, and so it was Charlie Benante, Anthrax, Queensryche's Rockin' Field, Ulrich, back when he was Ulrich. Not nowadays Ulrich, but Ulrich.
Okay.
when he was slamming, I grew up on him. And then a lot of it is I just basically listened to anything on the radio and tried to just play it by ear. If I heard it on the radio, I try to play it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's usually how I try to go. So.
Perfect. Let's see. What got you into playing or singing music first? What got you started?
I almost hate to say it, but I'd say MTV back in the 80s.
Nice.
I
Max
hate
Headroom.
to say it, man. Yeah, the old, what was the metal one? They had a metal one that came on, and we'd religiously sit down.
Beavis and Butthead.
Well, there was Beavis and Butthead, too. Yeah, that was another one. But they had one metal show on with Ricky Rocker, with Ricky Rackman. And so that was the kind of the thing that started me, like, really wanting to learn how to play drums and play them good. So, yeah.
Anything particular you can tell us about your instrument, maybe brand loyalty, or do you play any other instruments?
Oh, geez. I played pearls for years, and I had a double bass 9-piece chrome kit that I just loved. And finally I got so tired of, like, hauling that thing around after 9 pieces, 7 cymbals. It just got old. But you got to remember, it was back in the 80s, so having a drum kit that huge was the in thing at the time, So now I play Mapex, and I love my Mapex, and hopefully one of these days I'm going to be getting a Truth drum set. That's my next bid. So, because I heard a lot of good things about those, and I know the owner, so.
Nice.
Jeff Rocks, that guy's cool.
Where are they made?
Here in Portland.
Ah, gotcha.
So
how do you get ready for a show like the one on March 16th at the Eastside Bar and Grill with SWIL the Redeemers?
I don't know about these guys, but I practice. So, yeah. I try to practice, try to show up knowing my shit. So,
Good. Perfect.
So, don't get all hammered beforehand. So this way you put on a good show.
There you go.
That's at least hopefully.
Yes. Anything else you'd like to say here at the end?
No, just, man, I'm really glad you guys came out, helped us out, SWIL. Appreciate it. Can't wait to rock. So March 16th, all the other bands are going to be there. And hopefully you'll catch You Know Nothing and think we fucking rock too.
Yes.
So,
and they're starting the night out, so get there early.
Yeah, get there early, man. We'll hopefully rock it. So.
Thank you.
I'll say we will rock it.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you very much. Here we are.
Actually, can I say one thing?
Go ahead, please.
Hey, I appreciate you guys coming out and doing this for us, and we appreciate you guys too, and inviting us to the show.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And everything you guys do for this scene, man. You guys are
music.
promoting this.
Long live propaganda.
Yes.
Local music, man.
Quality
Music.
propaganda.
Yes, local music is what it's all
Support your
about.
local music, man.